Hey guys, it's Burgers here, and in this video I'll talk about the season 2 because yeah, we're currently at the middle of the season 2 and a lot of things just happened. Currently we actually get the dragon and it was very big pain to actually kill this dragon. So I'll start maybe from the beginning where everything just start, and we start with Enogat. From here we get all the behemoths we can, and of course getting the one of the new behemoths presented in the Belleron, and this is also a new zone. We're no longer in Tamaris, we're in the Belleron, and the map is pretty different from what we normally actually see. We're going to see the scout, and from here we're going to see maybe this is better overview on season 2. But yeah, we're actually, I think, maybe the other half of the season. So yeah, we start with Enogat. We get this Behemoth 1, Behemoth 2, the Frost Giant, one of the new behemoths presented in the season 2. I didn't actually participate in this fight, but most of the people say it was a fun fight. And then we go to Dulen. Of course, the rest of the server, I guess they somehow understand where we're going to land and in the Enogat, and of course everybody was waiting to jump in Enogat. And this is one of the strategy I guess every alliance make. They first see where the big players are going to land, and after this they select other zone. And of course this is absolutely normal. First of all, is not going to have a place for everybody. Most of the people actually understand that. So if you jump on one zone, this zone is going to get full pretty fast. And of course some of our players actually have to land it on other zones just because Enogat was actually full. So far we start the season 2 like this in Enogat. Of course in Dulen, the other place, the next zone basically after the gate 1, there was again no PvP. I really don't understand all these things with these Asian runes, getting some points and stuff like this. I mean, it prevents from PvP, I totally understand that, but most of the people, especially at this point where we're like 3 seasons in the game, most of the people are looking for blood. They want to go in Alliance War, and this is one of the things I actually didn't like in the season 2. Again, this is completely new season for everybody. Belleron is new for this game. Of course, new before 1 month and a half, but right now, this is my personal opinion being in this season for like month and a half. And in Dulen, again, no PvP, nothing interesting. Basically, half of this season was a farm vial, something like this. People was just farming random stuffs, gold, or woods, whatever. So it was not so much activity in the season 2, especially till the gates 4 open. And there is one thing I don't actually like in the gate 4, and this is when the gate 4 open, everybody can jump. And what I mean by that is from Sclera can go to this zone in zone 4. And basically only from Sclera, I guess this one is going to go here. No, it's going to go here. This is again maybe the zone that these two guys can fight. But being in the center give you great opportunity in the season 2. Like Enogat and Sclera. The last 2 zones, Aurin and Krauzon, is actually a zones where, well, you just have to go for this zone. More braids. And here is Bona. This is the places you can actually go. You cannot select, for example, like people in Enogat. They can either go for more brace or they can go for Camelot. And Sclera again have 2 choices. The people at the corners don't have any choice. So yeah, if you're a big alliance, definitely this is 2 best zones to actually land up. Anyway, we land up in Enogat, zone 2. After the gate 1 open in the zone 2, Dulen was again no PvP. It was basically a lot of boring moments till the zone 4 open. And here comes one thing I really don't like in these new rules, presented in the game. And this is when the zone, this is the zone, okay. Camelot. When you get this gate, you can the enemy cannot take your gate. So even if we actually go here and take, we cannot actually take this gate. If I remember remember correctly, you have to have Behemoth there, and I don't think this a great new feature like this. Enemies is going to have directly open door to us. We cannot actually place somebody in this gate to protect this gate, or maybe this gate here, gate 4, and this gate 4, and everybody can easily get killed their donkeys, gathering heroes. Basically the game is still providing a chance to the enemy to enter in our zone, and the only thing these people can actually do, I mean, 2 alliances is fighting. 1 alliance is going to win, 1 alliance is going to lose. This is a war game, this is part of the game, totally normal, totally fine. My issue is with these zones, and especially this rule actually comes from our previous season, it's not something new. We have to have a chance to actually get these 2 gates and put something there, maybe garden zone, something to actually provide the enemy coming in this zone. And this is very annoying for a lot of people, and for me, for example. Right now I was chasing 1 cavalry, and here, yeah, all my gathering 4 heroes are get killed by the butcher. I really like this guy name, by the butcher, but yeah, he actually killed all my donkeys. My poor donkeys get killed, and I don't like that. And there is nothing you can actually do to actually prevent that. So yeah, this is going to be part of the game, I guess, in the future. It will be very hard to actually somehow secure some zone. Maybe we can go, or people who want to do some kind of gathering, they can go in maybe zone 2 to land, for example. In our case, maybe close to one of these behemoths, and I think they can farm pretty easy. It's not going to be mines level 7 and level 8. Oh, we actually have level 7, but it's going to be level 6 and level 7. Still pretty fine and pretty decent amount of resources you can actually get from these mines, and the enemy is not going to actually somehow interrupt you, and you can farm as much as you can. But in other zones like Camelot, and of course the last zone, which is Karandek. Oh my god, who is thinking these names? It's so hard to actually pronounce these names. Karadek, yeah, where is the dragon? Everybody is going to have some kind of gate to actually go in this zone. For example, Sclera, this is the safe zone of Sclera, Roaskon, and they have directly access to Karadek. In Aurion, they have Rivona, which is going to be fight between Sclera and Aurion, and from Duar, they're going to have access to zone number to pass number 5, basically. So here is going to be big PvP. The only thing I'm not so happy is that we cannot actually capture a gate and put some garrison there, so they can actually protect our place, and we to split this zone from the rest of the world and to be only us. And like you see, everybody is putting some kind of fortress here and there, and they can easily jump and start killing gathering heroes. So far, season 2 for me, it was pretty nice. We did a lot. We capture a lot of frames. First of all, we get the Necro Giant, we basically get all the dragons. And yeah, we have some struggles with the Frost Giant. This Behemoth have pretty complex, how to say it, tactic. This giant is not so easy. It's not like the first dragon, where you actually just having half a circle in front of the dragon, doing some kind of damage, and after this you maybe have some fear. I mean, in general, it was not so hard the previous season dragon. This is my personal opinion. I think this one is one idea little more hard. Here we also have minions, we also have some stuffs on the floor that you have to ignore. Everything what you see in the everything when you fight any behemoth, if you see something on the floor, you better run from this place. So yeah, this so far it's our main alliance TFS that currently have the dragon. It's on normal. I'm not so sure. I think we can go for elite one also, but again, this dragon is a no joke dragon, and you definitely need tier 5 players. you need to make some kind of damage to actually kill this dragon. It's not so easy one. And so far, oh, I think we have a gathering killer. After the game actually provides with the flying cavalry hero, I think people lose their mind. People lose their mind and they start killing gathering heroes from one corner to the other corner of the map. It's just insane how much work this hero can do. Forondil so far for me is one of the best cavalry heroes in the season 2. From what I see, I make just the first spell level 5 and the rest is, yeah, it's not touched, but so far all the spells of this guy don't have a weak place. I mean, by weak place, for example, Nico, this is a weak place. Nobody cares for engineering, but Forondil so far from what I see, all his spells, he don't have weak place. And if you have flying cavalry, you have to be from Spring Warden. Now some people are changing their faction just because of this hero. I think he's very powerful hero. Best cavalry hero so far in my opinion. If you combine him with Emrys, I think this is going to be great combo. But I don't think it's that big reason to actually switch to other faction. Maybe if they don't present any other cavalry guy in future, maybe in the next half year, I think maybe it will be a good idea. But in general, just because of one hero, I don't think it's a good idea. But in same time, this hero is covering your 5 military building, and this is the flying unit building. In my opinion, in my case mostly, I have marksmen. Now this is the not good flying unit. The most useless flying unit presented in Call of Dragons. Flying marksmen, first of all, they're slow. This is first thing. Second, they have medium range, so mages can hit from very far. This is giving great opportunity when they're in the rock, over one rock, and the ground unit cannot actually hit them. They perform damage. The marksman can again be over the rock and do some damage, but with this medium range, I don't think this is going to happen. Also, a cavalry, flying cavalry is counter to a marksman. And yeah, basically not a good flying unit. I'm still with Wilderburg because I'm mostly Behemoth fan, and I think more and more the game is getting more balanced. What I mean by that is, at the beginning of the game, if you have a strong cavalry, and for example, you can go with League of Order and Wilderburg. This is the main picks of the player. And I mean, for the cavalry, Wilderburg. For the mages, you can go with League of Order. And I start thinking the League of Order is getting a little better. It's not because this overall gathering speed that most of the people think, wow, 10% more gathering speed, and we have workhorses with what capacity increase. That's great, but in same time, Wilderburg also have working Krynos, and this working Krynos is going to provide you with 5% more resources after the gathering finish, and 5% sometimes is like 50, maybe, let me see one report of the gathering. It's like 80,000, 42,000, 27,000, 22, 63, 37. You get the idea. All these extra resources is because of working Krynos. But I think the mages currently is basically the main unit for the Alliance War. And the game finally actually provides with Spring Warden with something. I mean, for me, the Spring Warden was maybe the most unwanted faction in this game, and thanks to the game, actually right now some people are changing to Spring Warden just because they actually have flying cavalry, and you have Forondil, which is absolutely insane hero. And I think maybe at the beginning when the game starts, I think most of the people actually go for Spring Warden because of the female night elf or elves. I mean, yeah, it sounds strange, but I don't see a reason somebody to go with Spring Warden, seriously, at the beginning. Right now there is actually a hero that can provide big advantage with the flying cavalry, but at the beginning, yeah, it was very hard. And look at my donkeys, they're all killed. by this flying cavalry. Anyway, so far this will be for season 2 and my personal opinion over what is going on. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, hit one like, subscribe, and see you in the next amazing Call of Dragons video.